Hi foodie friends, today we are making Greek pasta salad. One of my favorite dishes to serve alongside hamburgers, hot dogs, grilled chicken, but it's also great for taking to potlucks and parties because it can be served chilled or at room temperature, no heating needed. And it's super easy to assemble, a confetti of bright colors, and it tastes phenomenal. Everybody will be asking you for the recipe. So let's get started. We're gonna start with cooked pasta. I like using bowtie pasta for any kind of pasta salad like this with a tangy, zesty, herby vinaigrette. You wanna make sure that the pasta has a lot of nooks and crannies for that vinaigrette to stick to and hide to. I cooked this to al dente, and then I tossed it with a little bit of olive oil just so that it didn't stick together. Next, we're gonna add all of our vegetables, starting with cucumber. I go heavy on the cucumber because I really like the fresh flavors and the crunch. Bell peppers next. I'm gonna use yellow because I already have something green and red. You can use green, red, or yellow, or use all three. Another thing I love about this recipe is that it is so forgiving and so versatile. So if one of these ingredients doesn't agree with you, feel free to leave it out. And if something is something you really, really love, add more. It's not a problem. Red onion. Halved tomatoes. You can also use like a beefsteak tomato diced up. I like using these cherry tomatoes because they don't have as much pulp and as much juice. So they're easier to cut and to eat. They're also nice and sweet. We have fresh parsley. This is chopped fresh parsley, flat leaf, not curly parsley. Sliced black olives for that Mediterranean flavor we're going for. This is a Greek pasta salad. And feta cheese, again, very Mediterranean of us. You can add in more cheese, but one thing I will say is if you're making this ahead of time, go ahead and wait to add the cheese. If the cheese sits with the vinaigrette for too long, it can get a little gummy and weird. So add that last if you aren't serving this right away. Toss it all together. Just a light toss. Our salad is done. Let's make our dressing. I'm going to make our salad dressing in a measuring cup. It's gonna be super easy to then pour over and measure my liquids out directly into here. I'm adding half a cup of olive oil to a quarter cup of water. This is a vinaigrette, which is an emulsification, which is the suspension of fat into a liquid. If you are making it ahead of time, you can go ahead and add the vinaigrette, but the pasta is going to suck it up. So if you want to freshen it up, liven it up, make double amount of vinaigrette or store the vinaigrette on the side and add it right before serving. 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. Vinegars are easily interchangeable as well. Red wine vinegar is one of the flavors that is really typical in Greek salad dressings. So I do prefer this one. You could do a white vinegar, champagne vinegar, and if you want to get really funky, do a sherry vinegar. What you need in emulsification is something to stabilize it. And today we're using honey and Dijon mustard. I'm just gonna eyeball that. This also helps balance out the acidity that is in the vinegar. A little bit sweet, a little bit tangy. I love watching honey pour. It's mesmerizing. Dijon mustard, also a stabilizer and a little bit of tang. Garlic. We know I measure garlic with my heart, guys. This was about 2 large cloves, 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, and we have some dried herbs. So this is oregano. We're gonna do 1 teaspoon of oregano. It's gonna be a little sticky because I just did that with Dijon mustard. And this is dried dill. You could totally use fresh dill. I probably wouldn't go with a fresh oregano. It's a little too peppery fresh. Okay. And whisk. You'll feel it pull initially from the honey being a little sticky in the bottom, but as it starts to dissolve and starts to emulsify, all of these things are going to start to bind together. The solidifiers, the honey and the Dijon mustard, are going to help the fat molecules suspend into the mixture. So you've all seen vinaigrettes before, bottled vinaigrettes that separate. That honey and Dijon mustard is gonna prevent that from happening. Sometimes it does though, and that's okay. It'll all still taste good. Just give it a few whisks or shake it really, really well before you add it in. Another thing you can do if you don't feel like getting an arm workout and whisking is put it into a mason jar, get that lid on super, super tight, and shake, 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 shake. After it is blended, ooh, it's a heavy salad. We're gonna pour it over top and toss it. Get it in to all of those nooks and crannies on that pasta. And there you go. You have a confetti of colors and a pasta salad that is ready to serve immediately. No waiting around waiting for it to chill. From my kitchen to yours, have a great day.